Welcome to Anomaly Researchers UK YouTube channel, the place where all sorts of paranormal strangeness is discussed.
This time, we have a Dogman story from the UK that happened in the 1970s. The Dogman phenomena is viewed as a pretty new thing by most people, but this sinister story recites something that resembled exactly that, or what is described as a werewolf back in 1979. So without any more delay, let's get on. This story comes from a lady. We have redacted her name to protect her privacy, who lived in Peterlee at the time. She told me of an incident that involved her and her brother, whose name is also redacted. This happened just before Christmas, in 1979, she thinks. She was 4 years old at the time, and her brother was 7. They lived in a 2-bedroomed house in County Durham, which was then a mining area. She goes on to describe what happened one night. I quote, "I was about 4 years old when the most terrifying incident happened. I shared a bedroom with my brother, who is 3.5 years older than myself. This particular night, it was in the very early hours, though I don't remember the exact time. My brother asked me to go downstairs with him to get a drink. He'd kept us both awake during the night, due to a cold, and he now wanted a drink to help him stop coughing. Reluctantly, I agreed to go downstairs with him, though only because I was too scared to be left in our room alone. We got out of our beds, switched on the light, and stepped out onto the small landing. It was only when we reached the top of the stairs, and were about to descend, that we saw what was on its way up the stairs. At the bottom, with one foot on one stair, and the other foot on the next stair, and its left hand on the banister, was a creature which could most aptly be described as a werewolf. It was the size of an average man, maybe taller, and covered in dark fur, with large slanted green eyes, which seemed to glow. Both of us ran back to our room after standing paralyzed by fear. We huddled together, screaming hysterically, until we woke our parents up, who made a tour of inspection of the whole house, and reported that there was nothing there." End quote. Her brother's account of this experience differs slightly, in that he remembers the creature's eyes glowing red, and he believes that it had either ears or horns. He goes on to say, in his account of this experience, that there were stories at the same time of a werewolf, seen by another child in the cellar of his home. Well, that concludes that report, so until next time. Goodbye.